Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Wisdom Wednesday. It's your girl, Dr. Q, here, the CEO and founder of the Culture Academy LLC, also known as the Culture Strategist. And I'm super excited to get into this question from one of our viewers today. This question focuses on strategic thinking and execution. If I had to kind of give it a title, this question would fall under that heading. Last week, just as a recap, we talked about leadership legacy and what you as a leader would leave in your organization and what would people say about you when you were no longer in the room. And this week, we're going to talk about strategic thinking. So you ready for the question? Here it is. Do you spend more time reacting to problems or proactively planning solutions, and why? Let me run it back. Do you spend more time reacting to problems or proactively planning solutions, and why? If you were just joining us, welcome. If you know me for a while, welcome back. I'm going to tell you that many of my posts, many of my informational sessions, many of my sayings always talks about being proactive instead of reactive. And so for me as a leader, I would much rather spend more of my time being proactive with planning solutions instead of reactive. However, I am very cognizant of the fact that depending on where you are in your leadership journey, whether it be the number of years that you've been leading, whether it be if you are on familiar territory or not, this answer may look different for you at different periods of time. As a new leader starting out, I didn't know what I didn't know. And so as a result of not knowing what I didn't know, I found myself being really reactive to problems and situations that occurred because I really didn't have a chance to kind of foreshadow or foresee what needed to be done or front loaded ahead of time in order to be successful or set up for success. However, as my years in leadership has grown, I have recognized that it is better to front load as much as possible. So I've had time in the game, I have years in the game of leadership where I can kind of know wherever I'm leading, whether it be at work, whether it be in my private organizations, my sorority, wherever I have shown myself to be a leader, I have to handle things differently. And so, having years in the game or being a more seasoned leader, I recognize that things that I was reacting to earlier on in my leadership journey are now proactively planning for it because I know I have a rhythm to know what's coming up next, what's expected, what's due, what the rhythm or the cadence is. So much so that I really pride myself on making sure that I develop a strategic planning calendar, a forecast of all the events that happen in a year. And again, this could be in my professional life at work, in my organizational life, any organizations that I belong to, that I lead in. We always have to have some sort of calendar to map out the year before the year actually happens. You see what I did there? We're being proactive. We cannot wait until a month before or days before to plan something. It doesn't work like that. The more that you can spend time front loading information, figuring out all the things, how much does it cost, what do we need, who are our partners, how can we execute this, when can we execute this, how soon can we get this information into people's hands, being transparent, upfront, listen, I don't know all the things, but can you help me kind of piece things together? That goes over way better than waiting to the last minute to do anything. When you are reacting to problems and situations, tempers flare, emotions flare, things that are said that you can't take back comes out. So many things happen because you're under pressure. And you also kind of feel like accused, like always like accused or interrogated almost. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm talking about me. This may not be you, but this was me in the earlier days of leadership, where people ask questions like, so why are we doing this? Or how come this? Or when did you know this? And when did we plan that? And you almost kind of feel like they're coming for you, for lack of better words. But they just want to know. They just want to know, because if your team is comprised of a lot of planners or forward thinkers, and you are not that person, there's going to be lots of conflict, friends. So, the answer to the question, I spend more of my time on this end of my leadership journey, having years in the game, proactively planning solutions, because being reactive to problems or situations is not a good look. It increases anxiety. It brings unwelcome feelings and emotions. It almost makes people judge your confidence level, if you will, or competence, right? Because people may think you don't know what you're doing. And again, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, but you have to lean on your team for support when it comes to strategic thinking and execution. So, I have answered the question for me as a leader, and I think you know very clearly what my response is, but I'm going to turn the question back over to you. Do you, as a leader, and wherever you are leading, spend more time reacting to problems or proactively planning solutions? Once you determine the answer to that question, let the Culture Academy know how we can help you choose to be proactive instead of reactive. Until next time, guys. Bye.